Hello. Welcome, everyone. Happy International Women's Day. Thank you all for
Hello,
being here
hello.
with us. As you can see, we have so many women here who just happen to be live streamers. So, yay for that. And if you didn't know that women live stream, today's the day to find out. Yes. So, I got one more person to add in here. Everybody, welcome. Kim Dang. Hey, Kim. Good to see you.
Hey, good to see you.
So, we're talking about International Women's Day. We have women with us who happen to live stream, and I got a few questions that I want to ask everyone. So I hope you guys are ready for an interview because our first question is leverage the power of live streaming to connect with customers, build their brand, and generate revenue. So, who wants to be the first one to answer this question? Like, how are you doing that? Oh, go ahead,
I
Kim.
can start. Okay, sorry. Kim, do you want to go first?
Sure. Why not? So yeah, the way that we've been doing that is helping our clients go live inside of a Facebook group, pitching one to many. And what we've discovered is that you don't have to have a huge group in order to profit big and pitch their expertise. The average group sizes we've seen that works really well is around 200, 300 people and converting at a rate of 3 to 5%. So anywhere from 9 to 15 clients into a high ticket offer. So, and this typically takes around 2 to 3 weeks runway to the time that they pitch. And that's what I've noticed in the Facebook group world because I teach people how to monetize using Facebook groups, and it's really aligned with utilizing these virtual like environments and containers to do the pitch one to many using virtual video, and that has worked out really well. So yeah, I want to share that as part of like how we're doing it and the strategy that we're utilizing. And the reason why it works is because when you go live into an environment that's kind of like an echo chamber, you can mimic and take components of an in-person converting event. Like there's the rushing back to the back of the room effect. There's the people talking to each other, getting social proof. You can stream a testimonial interview into the group, and when people are enrolling, congratulations posts are up. But more so than that, it's the mentality. It's as if they're going through an identity shifting event with this small Facebook group. So I tell my clients, hey, when you're teaching something, just like Russell Brunson, he doesn't teach people how to have another funnel or funnel versus website. It's he's teaching people how to become a funnel hacker. So one of my clients, when we shifted his messaging from he was teaching teachers how to be able to pitch high ticket. Before his messaging was, hey, I can do that for you, and this is my offer. And then when he shifted it to high ticket teachers, hey, do you want to become a high ticket teacher? Is that the identity that you want to adopt? And he taught the shifting of identity. That's when really he started enrolling all the calls that he got when he did the one to many pitch. So that's something that I've seen as why it works and the way that it works. And I can go more into that, but I want to have uh, you know uh, other speakers here talk.
All right. Oh, thank you, Kim. If you guys didn't know, Kim is the founder of Group Connect, and she hosts these live streams. What is it? Is it monthly that you host these live stream event?
It's I'm the founder of Group Convert. Group Connect is very
Sorry.
close, but it's all good. And I do the streams once a month into my Facebook group. So I teach what I do. I do what I teach. I do a converting event virtually inside of a Facebook group that's private, and then that's when I go live. I really discourage, not really, but I tell my clients to not go live all the time. Go live in a specific event that people will set aside time for.
All right. Oh, Annika, did you want to also answer this question about leveraging the power of live streaming to connect with customers, build their brand, and generate revenue?
Yeah, absolutely, Kim. That's fantastic. I think that's a great tips that you shared there. I personally come from high-end event productions, and when two types of clients that I work with are um, fundraising galas and also coaches, high-level coaches that have a product to sell as well. And when COVID started, that was actually when the need for streaming has become so important so we can still fundraise, but also still sell some of the products, especially when it comes to coaching. And one thing that we learned in the process was that not only are we enlarging our audience, but we have no borders anymore. There is no venue constraints anymore. There is this unlimited supply of an audience then we can tap into. So streaming has become part of the strategy how to take this, say, if this is a fundraising gala that normally would be say 650 in person, we took it to be anything but 650 in person. So successfully over a few several of the few of those events, we were able to raise over $2 million just in fundraising galas from an audience that we were able to tap into. And of course, there's a strategy behind that. You don't just pop up live and you expect people to show up. There is planning that goes into that event. There is a lot of strategy. There's a lot of marketing, but there's also the tools at hand that we use to make it engaging, to make it so. Um, so empowering for the people that are joining us because we also give them a voice. It's not just you being spoken to, but you're also part of the event. And that has made it so easy for us to be able to pitch, like, Kim said, to a wider audience. And now it's being receptive. And yes, there is challenges with keeping people's eyes on screens, right? There's so many distractions out there. But if you do it with strategy in mind, if you know what your why is, and if you follow and lead with that before we even put on an event, then any other tool out there for streaming is going to be supporting your mission, and you should definitely take advantage of the tools that make it easy so technology doesn't get in the way. But there is untapped potential that I wish more women knew about, because especially as women, if we want to build businesses at home, remotely, where we don't have to constantly, like I used to travel for events and still do at a high degree now that events are back, but I used to travel every weekend away from my family. And that was obviously taxing. And having the ability to do a lot of that work from home, because I stream a lot of events from my studio, that has changed the game, really. I have free time for myself to do the things that I also love aside from building a business.
Nice. So, how often do you live stream? How often do you host these events?
My clients that I work with these days, now that we sort of moved to a hybrid model, so we do the streaming of the in-person event, right? So um, there's an event every week, but there's more that goes into an in-person event now than just a simple live stream. So the leading time to some of those events is longer, the planning time can be longer, so it depends. Like I happen to work on an event for 3 months, or I happen to work for an event for literally like 2 weeks like get it ready. So it depends on the type of conference or gala or product that the client has, and how much leading time does it require in the planning stage.
Okay, very nice. So, Amanda or Rachel, do you guys want to chime in on this question? You want to
Yeah,
go, Rachel?
yeah, I would
Come
love
on.
to. And I just want to thank OneStream for like having us here together to celebrate women in business. This is amazing. And I love this platform as a busy mom. I'm the mom to 5 kids where I can use this and share with women, all over. So for tonight, for example, I am using one to stream into 10 different groups on Facebook at the same time. And I use a lot the recorded feature. So I record myself so I can be at baseball. I can be, wherever I need to be with my kids, but yet I'm still reaching out and touching lives. And so this is an opportunity from the smallest business to the largest business. So if you're thinking, how can I incorporate this in my business? I want to know that you can on so many different levels. And it just opens up the door, like we were saying earlier, to no boundaries, and it maximizes your time. So you can make the most. As women, in business, we love to multitask. And this is giving us the opportunity to do that, but still be present in the things that matter most.
That's true,
I'll,
especially with the multi-streaming
yeah.
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
multitasking too.
Yes.
I just want to add real quick that I think one thing I like about the live streaming capabilities is it's a great democratizer. Um, it gives the option to have events where, whether it's all online or you do a hybrid. My biggest client, they have a weekly event, but it's paid. It's a lunch. You have to pay for the lunch. And they always run into issues about, well, what about people who can't get away for lunch or who, more importantly, can't afford to? And COVID kicked this into gear, and they finally committed to live stream, and it really opened the door to getting more people. And also, they cover a lot of topics that aren't necessarily specific to our location. And so not only are they getting all the teachers who can't come and the people who maybe can't afford, but they're getting people from all around the world watching. And that's a huge, like I said, a huge democratizer, but it's also expanding this reach incredibly.
It's true. Like, I'm not sure, but I do want to kind of say COVID started all of this because it
It
definitely made
really
it
kicked
easy
it
for
into
me.
gear.
It definitely kicked it. I mean, I streamed my wedding in 2009,
Yeah.
so it's been a minute of streaming for sure.
Yeah. The technology developed very quickly.
Yeah. So, Marianne, I'm not
Yes.
sure if you heard the question, but we're talking about leveraging the power of live streaming to connect with customers, build their brand, and generate revenue. You got anything you want to add to that?
Well, I'm just so happy to be here, and you guys are all inspiring your stories. I have an executive recruiting practice based in Dallas and work with Houston clients. So I've been using this to differentiate myself with, there's just like a million recruiters out there, right? So I've been using it to live stream to LinkedIn and YouTube, and I don't, there's just my audience is not over at Facebook that much, but I still put it out there because you just never know. So I just, and I kind of play around with recording it and then putting it up there and then being able to interact with people without all of the other distractions. I think, Rachel, did you mention you do that too? You upload it? Yeah, it's an amazing thing. So yeah, I mean, I like y'all said with COVID, the thing that got me comfortable with it was I got all of my group leader certifications. And so I just, I had like 30 women join me on Tuesdays for, emotional balance and meditation. And they liked that so much. So we added Friday meditations. And, it's an amazing opportunity for us to get to use this technology. So thanks for letting me be part of it, Erica.
Happy to have you. So, if you guys don't know Marianne, she's been in business since I want to say, was it 2015? She's been in
No,
business
2003. I started my own
2003.
recruiting business. Yeah.
All my information wrong
No,
today.
yeah, pardon me.
In 2003, she went into business. And when did you start live streaming?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. I started fiddling around with it, Erica, in like 2000. It was before COVID, so what was it, like 2019? But I just didn't. I wasn't. COVID just kind of forced me to be out there, right? So the videos and the content on my YouTube channel has gotten so much better. So yeah, I mean, I played around with it because I'm always an early adopter, but I would say not until 2020 and within even last year has it gotten to be more comfortable.
I'm just thinking, I really like how all of us have different businesses, but we all use live streaming to help promote our businesses, to let people know what we do, help with our personal branding. It's like, I think that's amazing. So, if you guys didn't know, for those of you who upload videos, if you're using OneStream Live, you can multi-stream to 40 plus platforms. And if it's not on the list, you can add a custom RTMP and make it be on the list. So you don't
And
have to
there were
upload.
40 platforms, Erica.
Me too. Me too. Like I am an app junkie, but if it makes it easier for me, I'm gonna use it. So I'm
Yeah.
trying my best to be omnipresent right now. So I'm up to 14 channels that I'm live streaming to. And if I can get and if I can get all 40 of them, I'm gonna do it. I'm debating on one of the things is OnlyFans. Do I want my content on OnlyFans? Do my customers want to see me on OnlyFans? Do my guests want to be associated with my show in OnlyFans? So that's the only things I'm thinking about. That's what's slowing me down. But
Maybe that's a
I wanna
separate.
be
Maybe that's a
omnipresent.
separate live stream.
Erica,
Probably is. I mean, I'm all about only gains because I'm a bodybuilder. I don't know about OnlyFans, but
well, our strength is our weakness, Erica. So just remember that. You're just going to keep pushing, but also, how do you balance that, right?
Yeah.
I have so my field is coaching and consulting, and so I run ads that are pretty high production ads, but I would get comments underneath that's like, the only way I'm going to go and subscribe to your stuff is through OnlyFans. So I'm like, okay, like I don't know.
it sounds like you gotta run ads on OnlyFans now.
I was speaking with Rachel earlier about how so many people were just upset with me that I asked them to leave LinkedIn and come hang out with me on Facebook. And they was like, no, don't you dare ever ask me again to leave LinkedIn and go to Facebook. And Facebook people,
Really?
don't ask me to go to Twitter. Don't
Yep.
do that. So when I multi-stream, I'm not asking them to leave their cherished favorite platform. I'm meeting them where they are.
Yeah.
Yes.
And actually, that's one reason I really like the ability to have just the embeddable stream that you can put it on your website. So if people are like, I don't do social media, I'm like, well, you no longer have an excuse. It's on the website. You don't have to log into anything. It's just there.
Yeah.
Well, and one thing I do, you guys, is I anything that I post up on my YouTube or my socials is linked up with an email campaign that I use called ZenFox. So every week it'll, say, hey, your campaign is ready. So, there are just tons of people who aren't going to go surfing around. But if I send that to them that has a link to it, and I can't believe how many people are actually watching these, self-improvement videos. And then I also use it to talk about jobs when I have something that I want to share with people.
Yeah.
So,
and I love what you said, Marianne, when you mentioned how your first video does not look like your 1,000th video. And I feel like some people, right, they kind of get a little bit discouraged when they look at some really well-produced videos and they say, well, I could never be at that level. Well, guess what? None of us started there, right? Like years back when I look at my first videos, I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta hide this. Like, how do I not share all of this stuff that it's been just not at the level that now I have the expectation of myself, right? And when it comes to branding, because I run an agency that does production, high-level AV and streaming productions for clients, but also for my own branding, I have a podcast that I started it on video right off the bat before there was a video cast, before there was a video podcast out there. And let me tell you, that video podcast has opened so many doors that I would have never gotten the chance to open if I went one by one and tried to knock, or I tried to go through the wall, which I'm known for, or just go over the wall, whatever it is, I would have not had the opportunity. So even if you start small, and even if you don't coach clients and you don't get to sell a product, if you have the goal to do it eventually in the future, start small. Start with something that you can manage, something that you can reach an audience, build that audience, and to the point that Marianne, you made again with the mailing list. You own that mailing list. A lot of people don't realize how important building a mailing list is, because they think, well, I'm all over social, I have so many followers, look at my YouTube channel, right? Right, but you don't own those people, you don't own
Yeah.
those viewers, you don't own those faces, right? But the mailing list you have. So
Yeah.
build on that as you go. You can like cut your content, make it in bite size. Like I do sneak peeks all the time, so that if all you've got is like 1 minute to watch, this 1 minute goes in the mailing list, and maybe you're gonna go to the YouTube and watch the whole interview of like, I don't know, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, right?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Erica, I just want to add to that too, if that's okay too. One thing that I
Okay.
love about OneStream when we're talking about, using this is it's so user friendly. Because I know there was a point where I was like, can I do this? Because we're teaching ourselves new technology.
Oh yeah.
And I just
Amen.
want you to know, if you're watching this, thinking, can I utilize this? I want you to know you can. Because, if you need help, you've got people that can walk you through, every step of how to maximize it. So don't worry, because I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm going to erase all this stuff. Like, this is terrible. Like, and I was beating myself up, but I just thought, like we're talking about, just be authentic and know that you can learn how to do this technology. It doesn't matter if you're, scared of it or have never done it, you can do this. And OneStream, I love it because it's so easy. It's so easy to use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you guys were talking about emails, having an email list. Seriously, if you guys don't know Kim Dang, look her up. Find out how she can help you build your email list. And using OneStream, yeah, I kind of cried. My feelings was hurt, but there's a talking bubble, and they've got people there, just there to help me set up this live stream. They hired people to help me set up my live stream, and now I know how to do it. So
Yeah, how often is there actually a person behind the talking bubble? Usually it's a horrible chatbot that doesn't teach you anything.
yeah.
I'll tell you, the first time I used it, I thought I did it wrong because it was so easy. I was like, wait, there has to be something more. And I was like, oh, that was it. Okay, great.
So now I want to show you guys what OneStream can do. So if you guys know Stephanie Garcia, she's very big in live streaming, and I was honored to have her as a guest. But 10 o'clock for me Eastern time is like 7 in the morning for her, and she's got kids to take to school. But she gave me a pre-interview, and I'm going to play that for you guys like right now, because I can do that with OneStream Live. To live stream and connecting with customers to build their brand and generate revenue. How's that been going for you?
It's been outstanding. It's been quite fascinating just to see how live streaming can play into all types of marketing, right? Like, let's say as a personal brand, if you really wanted to set yourself up as an authority, yeah, there might be other like CPAs and accountants and things of that sort, but the way that you're able to answer somebody's question in such a way that they could relate to you, that they could trust you, and that they realize, okay, if I ask Stephanie a question and she doesn't make me feel silly about it, then that's definitely someone that I want to work with. And so it's been fascinating to see live streaming being used across all industries. Whether you're a course creator and you're trying to get people buzzing about your course before you even go live, whether you're an author and you're launching a book, right? If you're trying to build your personal brand, if you're trying to launch a podcast, whatever it is, I feel like live streaming gives you an opportunity to not only be heard, but be seen. Because so often it's, you could regurgitate quotes and share them on social media, but when people actually see you, and they hear you and they see you at conferences, at least in my case, you're like, hey, I know you. And you're like, you know me? You know how silly I am? It's like, it's fun. It's good.
So that was it. And it was really easy to set up. There's like a little tab by the share button, and it says add content. Well, it actually says upload, but you guys know what I'm talking about if you've used the platform. And it's easy to find, easy to use. So I just wanted to throw that out there because I thought that was a nice feature, because I wanted to have Stephanie to be part of our event. She couldn't make it, but we found a way for her to be here anyway. So, yay. So I got a few more questions. Best practices for using live streaming to build a successful business as a woman. Tell me how you can showcase your skills. Show me how you're showing off your knowledge, tell me how you are explaining your expertise in overcoming the gender bias, if any. So,
Since I'm
go
up here,
ahead.
can I answer
You're
real
already
quick?
front and center.
Actually, it's funny because when you asked me to do this, I turned around and made my own little quick live stream last night about building your confidence to do this, because especially women, we have confidence. You know, we're just always self confident. That's kind of how we're raised in our society, and it's so intimidating to get on camera, especially if you've never done it. And I did this quick and dirty thing last night, so if you want more details, go to my channel. But basically, I was like, and Rachel mentioned this earlier: be authentic, be yourself. And one of the great equalizers that came out of COVID was sketchy, not sketchy, that's the wrong term, less produced video. And really, it was happening before that, just thanks to smartphones, and then COVID really hit it up. So, we can just sit in our office with our bookshelves behind us or a white wall, and we can use our smartphones, or you can have a full studio. It doesn't matter. It's always about what your content is. And if you can do a good job with your content and share a really good, succinct message, who cares what you look like? And if people care, they're not your people.
Yeah, to add to that, because for me, high production is very relevant to my business, because basically that's what I sell. The most important thing when it comes to showing up on video is also making sure that your equipment works.
Mm-hmm.
You can be heard. There is a quiet environment around you so that people don't hear all the chatter that happens in the background, so they can actually connect with you. If you have distractions that are happening in the background, like, try to create an environment that's like, I love some of your guys' backgrounds is very pretty and thought out, right? Like, if I invite you into my home, I want you to feel comfortable. I don't want you to be like thinking of, oh my gosh, you have a lot of junk. Like, no, actually, this is so I invite people into my home just by the fact that I open myself up to them. So I would like to present well, because I then build the confidence in them as a customer that they're worthy of investing in my product, whatever that might be. And also, it's not that hard anymore to get high quality video, a good camera, have some lighting behind you, just like separate yourself from your background, so you're not like, sort of like into the background. Dress in a way that's not distracting, right? Like, probably this blazer not the best thing, because you see how the video plays with the lines, right?
Yeah.
But just think about those little elements to have something that you can present and be proud of. And then when it comes to the technology to build it all together using the tools, like, for example, as you mentioned, OneStream makes it easier to then just get on the stream whenever. Like, every time I go on a stream is not because I put on my makeup, but because it's easy. If there's too many stoppers in the way for me to get live, then I'm just gonna like give up. I'm just like, this is too hard. Like, I don't feel like it. It's like, I wanted to make it easy, but then if I create a space around me where it's easy and it's ready to go, then I don't have to worry about all of those stoppers in the way.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I
Like I
just want
said, oh, go ahead, Rachel.
I just want to say, and two, really utilizing that pre-recorded feature, like we've talked about, because then you can, when you're fresh and ready for the day, I record several things. So they're like
Yep.
ready to go, because
Yeah.
I do cosmetics. And so a lot of things that I'm doing, it's not just me, but it's doing like a makeup, video. And so I can have those just ready to go to send out to my audience when you're fresh and ready, and you don't have to think, oh my gosh, like I'm not feeling it today. You can just have things ready to go and ready to send out.
Yeah. Batch recording. Love that.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing too. It's like, because I just don't like wearing the contacts every day. So it's like, okay, contacts are in. If it's one short, I'm doing it.
Well, and also, though, if you have kids or pets or whatever, it's also better so that you can plan when they're not
Yep.
around.
Yeah.
Because not only is it distracting for your viewer, but you're distracted when there's stuff going on in the
Yep.
background. That means you're going to have really bad video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, and
Kim.
for me,
Yep.
I like to share. For me, for best practices, I saw that when I go live, and because I always think about, okay, how do I keep attention, even if it's like a small group? How do I have hundreds of comments for like, one live? And what I've discovered is when you go live, and it's for a very specific purpose, which for me is to convert clients, and also when I teach my clients is to do that. a lot of the call to actions that you have speaks into having them make commitments to not just your vehicle, which for me is Facebook groups, but your method. And that means that when you talk to them, it's making sure the call to actions are weaved into the way that you talk to them that hits their psychographics. And that means like, how do you take them through a journey that goes and addresses like that dopamine hit that they get, and the serotonin, and having them travel that kind of psychographic journey of the specific person that you want to talk to. So what we do tactically is, even though sometimes for us we stream and we're not live, I have my team members go and tag underneath people so that they feel like it's a live experience. So we'll have people show up to a pre-recording and they don't necessarily know it's a pre-recording, and the team mimics the whole
Yep.
live in-person event. And my call to actions while it's recorded would be like, hashtag Sally or S if you resonate with Sally and you are a person who has 4 businesses, but you want to become a coach. And this is the journey that Sally experienced. And so they're like, yeah, I'm a Sally. And yes, I commit to doing this. And it's very much, you can mimic live, even if you are not completely live
Yeah.
as well, because of weaving those factors together. So those are some best practices that
I love that.
Cool.
We used
Yeah.
to build a lot of that into the fundraising because we had to have pre-commits
Yeah.
before we even started asking for money. So like having all those pre-commits already like shared on the live, even though we had those, promised before the event date, and just hyping everyone up, right?
Yeah,
Like, and then
exactly.
everybody's like ready to go. So that's so important.
And real quick, talking about team, if you don't have oh, sorry, Rachel.
Oh, no, I just wanted to say too, one thing, Erica, that you mentioned too, is how is this helping us as women, level that playing field? And I just want to say, because of OneStream and what we're able to do as women, I'm brave enough to say, I think we need this more than men. We need community. And so this is helping us to build that community for women, because I feel like that is such a basic need. And now more than ever is it's helping us to reach out and not only build our platform and our business, but reach out to people and have them feel like they're part of our community. So I just wanted to add that in there because, that is helping us to level out this field and help us as women to bring women into our community.
I like that. I do think community is very important. Speaking about all the things that we're able to do, I want to share this with you all about OneStream, because anybody can do it. So I want people to know that if they join our partnership program, you can live stream for OneStream. So if you're looking for any brand partners, OneStream will do it. And all you need to do is email your profile, like your YouTube profile, your Facebook profile, your LinkedIn profile, to content@onestream.live, and you live stream with a brand. So hooray for that.
nice.
So I got one more thing I want to share with I pushed the wrong button. Sorry about that. I want to share something from Stephanie Garcia. And she is also answering this question. So let me add it to the stream now. The power to live stream and connecting with customers to build their brand and generate revenue. How's that been going for you?
It's been outstanding.
You know what? I deleted the wrong one. I had 2 up and they both started with me. And I deleted the wrong one. So I'll have to go back to that. But until then, I want to ask you guys another question. So what inspired you to start live streaming, and how did you get started? Anybody? Marianne,
Marianne.
you're like
Oh God, that's front and center. What inspired me? Again, I wanted to do something to differentiate and be able to share mindset tips for corporate America, because as a recruiter, when I'm interviewing people, they're just very often unfulfilled, not happy. And so with the coaching and the training, it's helped me be, I think, a even better person in terms of just being there to help them and the clients, because I want them to feel like with the experience they're having with me is calm. I mean, you kind of see my bamboo in the background. That's me. So I guess that's part of the branding. And I mean, I have a friend. He was my former hairdresser turned plumber. He's got over 500,000 followers, and it's just like, that's so inspiring. So, I mean, he's been doing it for years, and I know this is about women, but I know him, and it's like, wow, okay, he did that. Well, and I like the live streaming because of the spontaneity. I still plan my content. But if I have to think about the editing, I shut down, So I like to do my 12 to 15-minute bits, and then I do the 1-minute things. And so I'm just all about how can I be here for you more than just as an executive recruiter? And how can I, again, help you navigate, because we need accountants. So how can we help them understand that we need them and see the fulfillment for them? Because a lot of people go into jobs and they think what I'm doing means nothing, but it really does. It really does.
But we're not saying that there aren't any great men out there. I'm like, yeah.
Oh yeah, I know, but I'm just like, I felt, oh my God, the person who really inspired me.
But that's what I'm
There's
saying.
nothing
Now that we know
wrong
that
with
you're out
having.
there, you inspire the rest of us. Like I
Yeah.
said, you got started a long time ago. What, 2003, right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
so,
I mean,
and
and
you
back
started
then,
live streaming 2020 recently,
yeah,
and
yeah.
you're doing really well with it. People want to know things about what you're doing,
Yeah.
Marianne. So it's great that you're live streaming so we can find out.
Yeah. Well, and you guys are really got the game on. So I'm making notes of everybody's names so we can, and I want to add community equals immunity. And that's why I love doing the group coaching, because when we were going through COVID, I mean, I had women who were just, so fearful about what was going on. And I have one friend who went from, she didn't want to leave the house to she went and rented an RV with another woman she never met, and they hit the road. And now she's a full-time RVer. So, having this community, we never know where it's going to take us. But it cultivates, even though we're not here hugging. I'm a big hugging person. But we still are benefiting from our parasympathetic nervous system to be together here and sharing. So thank y'all for letting me be part of that.
Glad you're here, Marianne.
Uh,
So, anybody else want to share how they got started?
Yeah. So for me, I started with before this internet marketing world, right before COVID. I owned a wrecking yard in California. I still do, and that world is just car parts, and it's kind of like a pick apart.
Amazing.
And so my world was filled with like oil and shop hands and just like that. And then when COVID hit, my business, since we sold car parts online, it was still fine. However, what I noticed was that I wanted to go towards the opposite direction. I didn't want a bunch of physical inventory, returns, all this red tape. And it was in the world of this digital online space. And that's when I created a Facebook group. And inside of a Facebook group, when you come into a Facebook group, you can ask 3 questions if you own the group, and the people would have to answer those 3 questions. And I noticed that people were copying and pasting those questions and answers to a Google Sheet. And I'm like, wait a minute, in this digital space, I could have a solution that has, maybe I can create a software that will just automate this. And I went on Upwork, created it, have a little software, launched it to like a teeny group, to my teeny Facebook group. and two people said yes to paying $7 a month. And that's when I was like, whoa, I just sold something that's like pixels and people are paying me monthly. And I noticed that now, oh man, I have a little software company. And for me, the thing that shifted everything was when I started in my Facebook group. Instead of just going live haphazardly, I became really deliberate about pushing people into an event where they have to pay attention for X amount of days. And then the call to action is cart open, cart closes. So there's a period of window in which things open. And instead of selling a Chrome extension for $10 a month, I would sell the information. I would sell the vision that this leads to, versus that tiny software. So actually, it enabled me to scale my software company and get to thousands and thousands of subscribers because I sold the vision. And when I sell the vision and they come into a group coaching program to monetize their group, because people who want to get emails from group is not, that email address they're getting or the backing up the group. It's who do they get to become as they lead their journey, as they lead their tribe. They're the owner of that group. They're the owner of that tribe. And I taught, like, that's the vision that I sell. And then of course there's all the techniques and tactics, but once they're in and they're sold on the vision, they're like, okay, what software do I need to get? What do I got to do? Just like for us, we're sold into how can we reach more people at ease from the comfort of our own home, so that we're sold into, getting OneStream or StreamYard or whatever software it enables us to stream, Zoom. But we don't have any trouble paying for these other tools if we're sold on that life path. And that really made my income with this online digital space to go from here to like really go up exponentially. And I want to share that because I feel like a lot of times when people get into pitching a product online and it's like kind of small, they feel like, oh, I got to inch my way up. I got to figure out how to do this. And what I've discovered is if you can give them a premium solution that sells the vision and they say yes to that, the rest of your suggestions become so much easier, and it enables you to really monetize from your community that way
I
as
love
well.
that.
Yeah.
It's like you're selling the strategy to create this product. And I love that because I feel like as women, sometimes we give so much advice for free because we don't think of it as strategy. Like it's taken me 20 years to come up with this solution, with this premium right product to help you create whatever it is you want to create, the vision you want to have for your business. What I want to really highlight on my journey, really, a lot of the people that I hang with these days, they just know me by, okay, my achievements. I've been on so many different top lists in events, in the event industry, and Woman of the Year, 40 under 40, Women to Watch, all the things. Fantastic. What they don't know is that I'm actually the oldest of 10 from Romania. I have 7 sisters and 2 brothers. In my culture, women like me come from very large families and come from poverty. We have very little choices. And one of the main things, the opportunity you're given is to be, appointed to a man, hopefully a richer man, that you will bear children with, that you're going to have to raise, you're going to be kept at home, busy with the household chores and all the family activities, but you never really will get a chance to get out, live your dreams, have a plan for like a business or something like that. So you're stuck in this cycle that you can break, right? So for women that are in this cycle of like, how do I make something for myself? How do I earn money when I don't have options? This gives you that option to reach an audience, even if you can't leave your house, even if you don't have the ability to go to, an office and work a, I don't know, 9 to 5 job. And the good news is the cycle can be broken. I left my country when my parents appointed me the husband, and I never looked back. I'm starting my business, and I'm going to make my rules, and I'm going to do whatever it takes, and I'll hustle away to create what I want my future to be. And if you happen to be a woman that is like, I don't have anything to sell, I don't have a product, I don't have a vision, I have an option, start small and use the tools at hand that now are available, that you can reach millions of people from the comfort of your home. That's all I'm going to say. There's so much more that can be packed into this, but today is Women's International Days. There's so much poverty out there. We need to empower women to be able to use technology. And that's all I'm about. Like empowering women in event productions and event technology to have the confidence that technology is not their enemy. Technology is their best ally if they allow themselves to just tap into it.
Yeah. I got something to add to that. Hold on, Amanda. I got to let people know that OneStream Live has a free plan that lets you stream for an hour. And you can have like I think 6 people on at a time. You can do your interview for free as long as you got an internet. You can use OneStream Live for free, have people on, live stream to multiple channels. I'm thinking you would pick YouTube and Facebook, even though I love LinkedIn, but you're gonna pick those because they have the RSS feed, and you can take that RSS feed and make it go everywhere else for free. I if you guys didn't know that, I hope you learned something new today, and I hope you will use that. Because if you're not paying for it, if you can't afford it right now, I promise you, people are watching you on your live stream. They may not like, comment, and subscribe, but they are watching you. They may not watch you live, but they are definitely watching your recordings. You can definitely see it in the analytics. People are watching you, and when people say, "Hey," they raise their hands and like, "Hey, can you do that for me?" You're like, "Yes, I can." And then you go to the OneStream Live pro plan, professional plan, and you charge them for that. And then you pay for your services. You have people, you charge people for your services, and you can pay for it using OneStream Live. Because when you get one customer, more people are going to see you and be like, "Hey, can you do that for me?" That's your business. That's your company right there. Go ahead, Amanda.
I was just going to piggyback off of what Alex was saying. This is my 5th business. I started my first business technically in high school, but um, I haven't worked for anybody since I was 23. I kind of joke that I'm unemployable, and I've been really involved with women in business and building that community pretty much from day one, because I realized they were going to help me, and then in turn I could help them. And the thing that stops us from being in business is the same thing that tends to stop us from doing things like live streaming, and that's fear. And the fear that we're not good enough, we don't have anything to say. You were saying about how you don't think you have anything. You don't have anything to say. People won't watch you. People won't like what you have to say. People are going to think you're ugly or fat or your hair is funny or whatever. All these things that we build up um, prevent us from just trying. And, you know, people lament the fact that, oh, I didn't have anybody watch, or my mom was the only person who watched my first one, all that. I flip it on its head and go, actually, that's a good thing. If you are using these first few as practice, that is good, because you would feel terrified if you had 100 people out there watching your first go. Use those first times as your practice. And practice before you go on. I think that's actually really important. You need to know what you're going to say, because otherwise it'll just be a diatribe and it can get ugly. Practice what you're going to say, but then don't read from a script, but just try. Just get comfortable with it. And that's also, like I said, that mirrors my advice for being a business owner. If that's what you really feel like you want to do, you just have to show up and try and just keep getting better and keep practicing. No one just starts a business and is good at it. It just doesn't work that way. And the same thing is going to be true with live streaming. Like, no one's going to show up and have the best, easiest thing ever. It's always going to be a learning process, and you're going to grow and mature. And that's fun though, because people like to watch you they like watching you do that. They like being a part of that. We're going back to the community thing, especially with women. We like to be a part of that, and we feel excited when you go from having these really terrible videos to, holy cow, it's now professionally produced, and you have 1,000 people watching. And don't we all we like to root for the underdog, and we like to be a part of that? Like, I was there from the beginning. So
Yeah.
It's true. Oh, I want to put this in the comments. If you're watching with us on YouTube, it's also in the comments. So when you live stream with OneStream Live, if you, I recommend the professional plan. go ahead and get that 15% off. There's a coupon code here for Women's Day 15 duration, 3 months. So you get that 15% off for 3 months. I just wanted to throw that there. While I'm at it, I got the right video up, and I really want you guys to hear from Stephanie Garcia, who's talking about, you know what? I just put in the wrong code, but hopefully you guys know that SG is Stephanie Garcia for using
I don't
live
have time
streaming to
to
build a
retype her name. I
successful
just wanted to
business
do
as
that.
a woman.
Yeah, honestly, I think as a woman, if you're interested in live streaming, go for it. I will say 9 out of 10 times, the majority of the women that I work with when it comes to live streaming, they always have to get over the hurdle of how do I look on camera? How am I going to sound on camera? All those things, right? And I think it's just, you have to realize that who you are, what you sound like, how you look like is the same whether you're on camera or you're not, right?
Yes,
So
that's true.
even when you go into a meeting, you're going to wear your hair the way that you want to wear your hair. You're going to say things the way that you're going to say things. The only difference is now you're saying it to a camera. And rather than thinking that there's thousands of people watching you all at once, you think about that one person. Like, I'm talking to Erica, and I know that eventually down the line that there's going to be other people that are going to be viewing this and whatnot, and that's fine. But as long as they know that I could have a conversation with anyone about any topic and still be passionate about it, I think that's what's really going to resonate the most. So most women, best practice, act as if you're talking to your best friend. That's how I feel like, because it's like, it's an honor just to spend time with someone. Let's be honest. Your time and your energy is a commodity in life, and how and where you choose to spend it. I'm filled with so much gratitude just to even be here.
That was it. I just wanted to throw that up there because I thought that was such a good message, and we were all really on the same page there. So even though she wasn't with us, she was on the same page with us.
Mm-hmm.
So, Annika, you said you have to go in a little bit, so I just want to ask you one more question. How do you stay motivated and inspired to create new content? And what techniques do you use to avoid burnout?
Fabulous question. I'm actually very passionate about women in business when it comes to their mental and physical fitness and building that, in order to sustain their creativity. Way too many times I burned out because I am a workaholic. I try to say recovering, but there's still, signs of recovering in there. I don't know what's happening. Like my husband has to, literally pull me out of the office at the end of the day because I could always work more. One thing that I noticed though, when I work so much and I burn myself out, creativity suffers 100%. So for me to get back into, feeling creative, having ideas, like having something original to say, I have to invest time into my body, into working out, into creating space where my mind can just like wander free. And the way it works for me, the best way it works for me is by working out. I literally in my calendar block time every single day for my workout. That's non-negotiable. Meetings and appointments and things can go around it, but this is my me time. And the same way how you would have, your massage, your meditation, your whatever you want to call it time, this is my me time. And when I'm there, I'm telling you, I come up with the best ideas as I'm doing my reps, lifting weights, pushing all that anxiety and stress away. That's where I build the stamina, I build my creativity back, and I just build the endurance that I need to go through long days, through event days when you're like on event site for 18 hours and no end, and just keep on going. And that's been such a passion of mine to encourage more women to invest time into themselves, because we're givers all the time. We want to give and give and give, but sometimes we forget about ourselves. And there is so much that you can give before you're obviously going to be left with nothing.
I understand that. Like 14 hours events. I've been there.
Oh yeah.
I know you got to be good at your job. That duration right there. So that's tiring.
That's my life. So I gotta be on the tip top physically, mentally to keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Thank you
true.
so much, Erica. Thank you so much, ladies. I actually
Oh,
have
so
to jump
nice to
off.
meet you.
I am
Thank you.
so happy that I got the chance to meet you, and let's stay connected. LinkedIn, Facebook,
Hmm.
YouTube.
Yes,
H
will do.
platforms.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, who else would like to? I'm sorry, Anka. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you being here live with us.
Hmm.
Anybody else would like to answer? How do you stay motivated and avoid burnout while live streaming?
Yeah. I'll share.
Okay.
Um, with my clients, I tell them I'm training you like an athlete running a marathon, and that's like true in so many ways because we're mentally. We can go on tons of calls. We can go and stream. We can host. I host my own in-person masterminds and events, and it's like all full on for 3 days and very little sleep in between. But the adrenaline of it and what I've discovered from doing like an in-person event every 3 months for the past like years and then doing a virtual event every single month for the past 2.5 years is the when I think about it, it's like I only desire consistency for about four weeks or 3 weeks, and then there's something that changes. There's like a pattern interrupt, so to speak, in the life, and when you're lulled into this routine, that's when people might feel the burnout. So the hidden benefit of planning to go live and having a set time, and even if it's from the comfort of your own place, it really jump kick you know your energy again. So in fact, it helps this continuous refresher of going back and talking to your audience. And for me, I have that as a way to say, okay, like there's really like I know that something is going to happen, my live event, the next one at this date, and leading up to it, there are things that happen, but it's not like an exhaustive effort of consistently doing it all the time. It's only during that window. So specifically for me, it is the consistency being disrupted by something that it has people waiting on the other side. There's Grant Cardone, love him or hate him. He has this phrase that there's the push and the pull, and the push is like, oh, I have to do this. Okay, I got to write this email. I got to do this thing. The pull is there's people on the other side waiting for you to
Hmm.
go and show up. And when there's that pull, energy that you have, the way you show up uh, is just filled with a lot more excitement and consistency, so that there is less chances of you burning out mentally and physically. So that's my share from my part of the world. Yeah.
I like that. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing that. Um, Anybody else want to share how? Okay, okay, Marianne.
Well, this is kind of for the women who are here and thinking about it and they haven't done it yet. For just block it into your calendar, just like Anka, am I pronouncing her name right? Just like Anka said, my workout time is non-negotiable. When I started this, back in 2019 or probably 2018, Erica, I put it on my calendar and I'd say Thursdays, I'm going to do a little video to Facebook. It was before I, branched over to YouTube. And I'm telling you, I was the most productive procrastinator in the world. I did everything in the world until it was like, oh God, it's 5 o'clock. And I made that commitment to myself and they're rubbish, but I did them. And so just block it out. And even if someone here said, practice, I would just, record myself just to, again, get that comfort level. So make the commitment, put it on your calendar, and just keep doing it. And you will be here with Erica and all these other little superstars. So that's, for the beginners who might just be, kind of checking this out, just, make the commitment and you will get there. And you've got so many people in your court, right?
Yep.
We all started somewhere.
I like that. Amanda, Rachel?
Oh,
Rachel, go ahead.
yeah, I just wanted to say too, we have talked about, just scheduling it and making it happen. And just know, you guys, that may be out of your comfort zone. I just was sharing this the other day. It might be out of your comfort zone, but it's so worth it because, trying something new is scary. But when we get out of that comfort zone, it's like that's where the magic happens,
Yep.
So just, having yourself do it, and then it just gets easier. The more we do something, practice makes perfect, but it also makes permanent. Where we, can do it. So, just know, you guys, I was the most, unsure person. I definitely, I come from the cosmetic world, and everything we did was face to face. And, with the pandemic, we had to, make a switch, really fast. We had to make a pivot. And so I just want you to know you can do it. Like, believe in yourself, and we're all cheering you on. We're cheering you on.
Yep. What you got, Amanda?
Yeah, it's real quick. And it's yet again a life advice that actually is a business advice. Prioritize sleep. And I know that sounds trite. Prioritize sleep, because if you don't, it affects everything. And when you're talking about something like live streaming, that is a resource and emotion and mental suck, for lack of a better term. Intensive is perhaps a classier way of saying that. If you're tired, you're not going to be creative. You're not going to be as confident. You are not going to be as on point. You might ramble, and it's going to lead to burnout. And so if you can, again, that's a big picture thing that has a lot of trickle downs. It'll make running a business easier. It'll make doing your marketing easier. It'll make doing live streaming easier.
Yeah. So I wanted to let you guys know Kim Dang had to go. I think her favorite social media platform, it could be Facebook, but I think you can also reach her on LinkedIn and Instagram. So I just wanted to let you guys know because she had to go. I also want to share my screen one more time and introduce you guys to Liz, because her energy just makes me feel happy. And I want to share that with you all. So here is me sharing my entire screen. Hopefully this is going to work. You're going to see my echo first, but hopefully I'm going to do this right. So let me know if you see it, because I want to push the play button.
No audio.
You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Live streaming. Live streaming has changed my music business, both as a musician and now as a coach for other independent musicians. I started live streaming every single week in 2020, and we all know what happened in that year. I created a series called Tuka Tuesday, and I went live every single Tuesday, played 2 songs. And I loved doing it and serving my audience during that really difficult time, connecting with them in real time, chatting to them, and edutaining people through live streaming. It was a wonderful thing to do, and I really feel like I bonded really wonderfully with my audience during that time and using live streaming. Segueing into being a coach as well for independent musicians, I built up an audience on Twitter of like 38,000 people, another 10,000 on Instagram, and I needed a place to go live where I could capture all of those people at one time, and that's why I started using OneStream, and it really helped me to streamline my workflow, connect with all of those people at the same time, and foster and deepen the relationship with my audience. So if there was a tip that I would give today, of all days, to women out there, it would be go live, show up in your zone of genius, and use platforms like OneStream to connect with people who need what you have. It's been really game-changing for me. I've really enjoyed using it, and I'm going to continue to do that as well. So happy International Women's Day!
Happy International Women's Day. That just made me feel really happy.
Yeah, she's adorable.
Yeah. So, Amanda, since you're front and center, tell everyone where's your favorite social media hangout spot? Where can we find you? Where can we connect with you?
So, having been doing marketing for a long time, personally, I'm not the best person at social media anymore. I think there's a lot of us in the industry who do marketing consulting who it's kind of the result is like personally we get burnout. Um, Probably LinkedIn would be a good place for me. LinkedIn, I don't really use Instagram that much personally to post, but I do pay attention to it. Um, yeah.
Okay. I like LinkedIn also. Um, Marianne, where's your favorite social media hangout spot and where can we connect with you?
Certainly on LinkedIn, you can find me. Yeah, LinkedIn.
I love LinkedIn.
Yeah, and I post, do the videos to LinkedIn and YouTube mostly, and
Okay.
then shorts on Instagram.
Okay. Very good. So, how about you, Rachel? Where can we find you? Where's your favorite social media hangout spot?
Did you hear us,
Maybe. Can you hear us?
Rachel?
And I keep losing like a little bit of my audio, so I'm not sure. Like, guys, if you can hear me,
You
Yes,
know,
we can hear
can you hear me
you.
now? Okay, I was like, I feel like I'm on a commercial, but they're pounding on something outside, so I don't know if that's affecting. But we just roll with it, right? But I think Erica, I'm not sure what you were asking. If you can say that again.
Where's your favorite social media hangout spot? Where can we find you on social media to connect with you?
Okay, and I'm still not sure. I hope you guys can hear me, but I think she's maybe asking how to connect with us or how we use the platform. Definitely Facebook for me, connecting with you on Facebook or Instagram. I need to get more on LinkedIn, I can tell from y'all, but definitely you can connect with me there. And I use this so much through my Facebook groups. I use it a ton there.
All right. Well, thank you, Rachel. I want to say thank you to all the guests here. I appreciate you joining us live. I appreciate you watching us via the live stream on YouTube. And just want to say thank you for being here. And if you want to join us, all you need to do is email your profile, that's YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, to content at onestream.live and join our partners, streamer. I can't even say it now. Join our Streamers Partners program. Yes. So email your profile at content at onestream.live. So thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate you all being
Thanks,
here.
Erica. Thank you so much.
thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you so much.
Till next time.